We've got Ray Sheehy, and he'll be taking us through our registered imports portal.
Yeah, okay. My name is Ray Sheehy, and I'm involved in the IT system for DAFM, and I'm involved in the imports process and the screens involved in that then. So what we'd like to run through today is the use of the registered imports portal. There's an anonymous portal there, but particularly this is going to focus on the registered portal. So I suppose, what is the registered portal? Well, it's a simple and fast way to log into AgFood and notify DAFM in advance of planned imports of SPS goods coming into the country. So it's obviously there for notification, but also we've introduced new functionality. So it allows you to view your submitted declarations. It allows you to check on all of those cases, and also a new functionality within action requests, which deals with the additional information requests, and also deals with the upload of additional documentation that might be required. So I suppose, where can you find the portal? Well, the links are there, and they'll be shared on the slides that go out then. And for more information, then you can get onto gov.ie agriculture/Brexit, and they'll give you the links into where the registered portal. And we'll be dealing later on, I believe, with the actual registration process itself as well. So can you use the registered portal now? Yes, absolutely. The registered portal has been available, and it's been available since January. We've the commodities available there now are the animal products, the food of non-animal origin, which is pesticides, forestry, live animals, and plant and horticulture. We might be looking then to bring other commodities, the likes of organics, down the line, but at the moment these are the commodities that are currently available through the portal. So what are the benefits of using the registered portal? Well, once you're registered, there's no need to enter any contact details. So you don't need to enter your email addresses, the contact details of the importer. All those details are already captured, and they're already in the system. It gives you the opportunity, as I said earlier, to view previous applications, so you can see the status of all your applications, whether it's submitted, in progress, cleared, or rejected. You also have the option then to view applications updates. So the last 5 updates will, this is something that will be added shortly to the system. The last 5 updates that are in progress, you'll see that where they are. So you can track, I suppose, how your applications are getting on then. The application then related communications within the portal. So this will be known as action requests, and this is where, when an application is submitted, if there's any issues with that application during the documentary checks, an email will be issued to the responsible for pointing them to the portal to log in. They'll see the action request, and we'll be able to look at that and reply through the portal for the information that's required. So whether that's just adding a comment back in, or actually submitting the relevant documentation. And it'll also give you the opportunity as well to link out to traces NT from the portal. So if there is an issue with an application, you will see the shed, and you'll be able to link out to, so it'll open a separate window. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just link out to the actual screen itself, so to run through a case that has a couple of cases involved, and it'll give you a feel for how the registered INS screens work. So just bear with me a sec, and we'll log out into the screens. So once you log on to the portal, this will be the screen. This is the Ag Home screen that you'll see. You'll enter your username, the PIN, and the password. So for all the AgFood applications you'll see here. So we're obviously interested in the import notification and inspection systems. So once you log into the screen, you'll land at your home page. You'll see the number of applications, then your summary of your applications. So here, in this test user, we have 4 applications submitted, 4 in progress, 1 complete, and no cases rejected here. Okay, so what we have here is, if we click on any of these links here, then we'll be able to see the number of your applications submitted. So they'll give you a list of applications submitted. You can order here by the application ID, or any of the columns here, so you can sort by submission date, the date of arrival. So the more applications you see, you'll get the options to move around the screen. Similarly as well, again, application in progress, you'll see the status that it's in, so it's in progress, the commodity types that you have, the MRNs and the shed numbers. And again, you have the option to filter here. So if you want to turn off your application in progress, you can flick on your completed cases. If you want to include if there's any rejected cases. So there's options, you have options to filter through the screens, and it gives you a much better opportunity then to view the applications that you currently have. We go to the home screen. What we'll be introducing as well, as I was saying earlier, was the last requests. So, or the last updates. So you'll see the last 5 cases that have been updated within your submission. You will get to see where the cases are as well then. And there's also a quick search functionality. So if you just want to put in if you know that your shed number ends in 1036, it'll bring up then any cases that have 1036 within either the shed number or the MRN number. And you'll just click on the button here to open up that application. And you'll see then that the identification, the contact details, and all the details of the submission are made in there as well then. As I said earlier then, again, you have a link here. So if you click on the shed, it'll give you the option as well then of linking out then. So it'll ask you, do you want to open Traces NT in a new window? You click yes, and that'll go out to the Traces system. And you can log in then and you can view your shed then on Traces. If you need to do that as part of your assignment, you can just close the screen and then that'll return you back to the main home page then. The action requests themselves. So what will happen is then, as I say, if there's an issue, during the documentation or further information required or the type of information required, you'll see under this panel the cases that require attention. So you'll see we have an information request here and a documentation request here. So as I say, you will have received an email that will go out to the responsible for the consignment, pointing them to the portal. When they come into the screen, it'll be a case of looking at the action request, clicking on the action required. That'll open up the declaration, the import declaration, and we want to reply then to the action request. So in this case, we're looking at it's an information request. So what we see, it'll ask for the information request is a shed number, and then there will be request comments added. So these will be added by a member of the DAFM team, and you look for, so in this case, we're just looking for confirmation of the correct shed. So you can put in so what will happen is, if we don't put in a reply, we can't submit the return. So we need to put in some sort of detail. So we look for a shed, 2021, and then you can add additional comments if you want then. So that'll give you the option then, and what will happen is that if you submit then that information request, that goes, it'll tell you that the successfully submitted. That goes back then to the DAFN team, and what you'll see then, the action request has gone from your home page and it's gone from the import. Similarly with a documentation request, again, you'll see that the declaration is open. We just click on the reply, and what we'll have look for then, the request is for is related to the shed. Please upload the correct shed. So then for the document uploads, we just locate out to the shed on your screen, or in your we have 2020, and then you can just upload the shed and submit that. And again, close the details. The action request is gone. There's no action requests related in that case, and it's gone from the home screen as well then. So it's a very straightforward and simple way of dealing with information requests. It saves the backwards and forwards of going through email process to the trying to email back in, email going back and forward. All that details can be done now through the portal. So it should make the submission and the processing of import declarations a lot easier. They're sort of that's the main things that we're introducing into the portal at the moment. Obviously, you know, in conjunction with the import controls, we'll be looking at the portal, and obviously with the trade itself then. So any improvements, any additional improvements we can bring to the portal, then we will look at developing as we work down the line. So going to just coming back then to the video, I suppose, what do you need to do an import? Well, again, make sure that you're registered on gov.ie /agriculture. As I said, Aaron should be covering that later on in the process. It's timely and accurate submission of imports declarations. And then just, you know, in terms of what you need to have, obviously then make sure that you have your shed details, the MRN details, any supporting documentation. And equally then, you know, that supporting documentation could be coming into DAFM, but as well for the other agencies as well, you know, you need support documentation, the relevant documentation to those agencies as well for to make successful import. And again, you'll obviously need your username, PIN and password. And then if it's a specific case, then, you know, you can either search on the ID within the portal for further correspondence as well then. And that's just a quick summary then of the INIS portal and what's available there currently, and the new action request functionality there. And I'd say for further information, then you can get on gov.ie /agriculture. And that's me. Thanks very much. I'll pass you back to Tom.